Welcome to the Post Shift Podcast, your raw look at the hospitality industry, brought to you by SHC.
But which would you prefer? Would you like to be happy, working hard, making probably a lot less than what you usually make? Or would you like to stay in the job, working that 60, 70 hour weeks, hating your life, and not being happy? The voice in your head has to be your own, not someone else's. And it's the hardest thing to do because everybody's always worried about what people think of you. Who gives a fuck about what people think about you? Just ask for what you want. I think the easiest way to deal with negativity is not to care about it and to be a nice person and be as positive as you possibly can be. Whenever I feel like that deep pit in my stomach, like I've done something wrong by somebody, doesn't really matter who, doesn't really matter if it's in my head or not, I try and take a couple of breaths and really try and focus that in as like, at the end of the day, their opinion doesn't matter. They can think what they want, they can say what they want. There is millions and millions and millions of different people who have a different reflection on who you are. So you're the only person that knows who the real reflection is. Lean into your reflection, be the best possible person you can possibly be, and then everybody else's reflection may align, may not align, but the best you can do is be happy and comfortable in your own skin. Just remember, you are in control of your life. You always hold the remote, and you always can change the channel. It's time consuming. Don't rush. Like, you don't want to be 90 years old and look back and go, fuck, I had a shit job. I had a really, really shitty job. Nobody wants that. Do you want that? I don't want that. So you got to find a happy medium to represent your personality as well as represent yourself. At the end of the day, you need to take ownership on your mistakes, and when you do that, it really makes you get on with what you want to do in life and really makes you move forward in a productive, positive way. You can really build a great career by just asking for what you want. You can build a better life just asking for what you want. And being honest with yourself and doing that will change your world. You don't necessarily need to stay where you are because you think you owe anybody anything. The only person you owe anything to is yourself. And just be patient. Like, if you feel exhausted at the end of it, make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Remember, tip of the pyramid is fucking happiness, and it has to be about happiness. If it's not about happiness, you're hooped. You don't need to stay where you are because you think you owe anybody anything. The only person you owe anything to is yourself. If you're really passionate about your craft of cocktails, then there's no reason why you can't post a good picture of a cocktail or prep or something that you're doing in your life every single day on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, so on and so forth. Every morning when I wake up, I've been trying to very proactively lie in bed for 5-10 minutes and say, you know what, today I can do this. And I set myself goals and I build out how I'm going to achieve those goals every day, and I get up and do them. And there's people who have gone through university, got PhDs, who are in their mid-20s or late 20s and have no idea what they're going to do because they've spent the last 7 years devoted to something that they realize at the end of it, or that they fucking hate it. It does my head in to think that to do something for 30 years that you weren't happy with or didn't like. If you're under 20 or under 30 and you don't know what you want to do, don't fucking worry about it. Don't stress about it. There are people out there that are retiring next year and they fucking hated the last 30 years of their life. Now, do you really want to look back when you're retiring? You might have all the money in the bank and the flashy car and the fucking houses and stuff, and have hated the last 30 years of your life, and then try and recapture happiness for the last 20, 30, 40 years of your life. For all the youngsters out there, and I talk about this all the time, you can be patient, you can set short-term goals. Set your goal for 10 years, then give yourself a milestone at 5 years, and then give yourself a milestone at 2 years, and work your way back. Whenever I feel like that deep pit in my stomach, like I've done something wrong by somebody, doesn't really matter who, doesn't really matter if it's in my head or not, I try and take a couple of breaths and really try and focus that in as like, at the end of the day, their opinion doesn't matter. They can think what they want, they can say what they want. Social media is really hard these days because like it really gets blown out there really quickly. But it's something you deal with because you have to take a breath and go, you know what, at the end of the day, you feel like you've done the right thing. And if you haven't, you should really reach out to the person. Really knuckle down on like what makes you happy in life. It may be the weirdest, nichest little thing. You can still work at a job that you may not like, but if you can put some time and effort and investment into something that you really love, like if you love gardening and want to be a landscaper, be a landscaper. There is so much stuff that you can do to expand and really roll into things that make you happy long term. Just remember, you are in control of your life. You always hold the remote, and you always can change the channel. You're going to have big failures in your life, whether it be a marriage, whether it be a job that losing your own fucking restaurant twice. These things happen, and failures can really put you in a hole, but you need to take that time. If you feel like people are trash talking you for any reason, rise above and prove them wrong, because at the end of the day, the only way you can do it is like really just keep pushing yourself, keeping your blinkers on to a degree, and just forcing yourself towards the goal. There is millions and millions and millions of different people who have a different reflection on who you are. So you're the only person that knows who the real reflection is. Lean into your reflection, be the best possible person you can possibly be, and then everybody else's reflection may align, may not align, but the best you can do is be happy and comfortable in your own skin.
Thanks for listening, Pose Shifters. I hope you enjoyed that episode. I really enjoy sitting down with friends and peers and just chatting about the industry and getting down to the nuts and bolts of what's really going on out there. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, everything on all the platforms. Just hit it up and I'll do my best to answer any queries or questions you have. I'll see you next week, guys. Bye.